Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
So the day before the biggest story of the year so far drops, we have former CIA Director Michael Hayden slamming the pro-Trump media for what he says peddling illegitimate and non-fact-based worldviews. This is just a day before WikiLeaks dropped Vault 7 to give us the fact-based worldview that, of course, the former CIA director would like to hide and bury back into the vault. But he's, of course, peddling his new book. So that's why he's come out lambasting, kind of riding the coattails of Donald Trump. And he is really criticizing pro-Donald Trump media, such as Breitbart and Infowars, saying that we are advancing what he deems to be an illegitimate worldview. He said, I think that the Breitbart and the likes are off the chart in terms of shaping data to meet the preconceptions. Well, learned it by watching you, I guess. He says you have a Breitbart news story essentially launching the Starfleet of the federal government about one of the most horrible political scandals in American history, if true. And, it's just amazing how WikiLeaks timed this Vault 7. I seriously doubt they had really any idea what was going to be happening with this whole Russia scandal and Donald Trump calling out former President Barack Obama for wiretapping his phones, because all of the information that WikiLeaks has revealed is much worse indeed than these deep state wiretapping Trump towers. So he goes on to say that he thinks it's very troubling that the president seems to value Breitbart reports over data compiled by intelligence agencies. This is the former CIA director, Michael Hayden, who was in charge and issued the faulty intel about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. So there on his watch, he had the 10-year tenure there in these top intelligence positions. The Iraq War, there was the September 11th terror attacks, the expansion of NSA data collection, and of course, investigations into claims of torture by CIA interrogators. So you know what? Why don't you just shush over peddling a non-fact-based worldview, because you've tried to cover it up in lies. But all of that is now coming to the surface. And this is why the majority of American citizens, according to a new poll by TIPP, new TIP poll, the majority view the establishment media as opposition party to Donald Trump. 55% of the public said they're very weary from the media's persistently negative coverage of President Trump. The media has assumed the role of the opposition party, constantly opposing the president and his policies at every turn. So as we can see, it's starting to take a turn. People are getting sick and tired of all the negative news. And frankly, it's coming back to bite the fake news in the butt. They've actually had to roll back the fake news agenda, and now they're calling it virtual disinformation. That's right, VD for short. So there you go. And just to kind of give you an idea about how the mainstream media has become the opposition party, like I said, the biggest story so far of 2017, you will not see it at all on CNN, MSNBC. It's nada. There's nowhere to be found on the front page. WikiLeaks unveils Vault 7, the largest ever publication of confidential CIA documents. This is including more than 8,000 documents, and it's allegedly emerged from the CIA's Center for Cyber Intelligence in Langley, and you can view it there at WikiLeaks. But it reveals details of the CIA's global covert hacking program, including weaponized exploits used against company products, including Apple's iPhone, Google's Android, and Microsoft's Windows, even Samsung TVs, which are turned into covert microphones. Now, Alex Jones has been talking about this. I know Paul Joseph Watson has been reporting about this for at least 12 years. And that's right, everybody. The truth is stranger and crazier than Alex Jones, if you can believe that, because now here it is. He's been telling you he's not special. It's in their papers right there if you just do a little digging and see what they're up to. But WikiLeaks has confirmed that this technology will rock the world. The CIA has managed to bypass encryption on popular phone and messaging services such as Signal, WhatsApp, and Telegram. The source notes that it collects and maintains a substantial library of attack techniques that they stole from malware that was produced in other states, including the Russian Federation. And Kim.com actually has been doing some pretty great tweets about this whole dossier, summarizing the CIA uses techniques to make cyber attacks look like they originated from enemy state. It turns the DNC Russia hack allegation by the CIA into a total joke, because this is, according to a new project identified as Umbrage, they are able to make it appear as if a hack originates from any enemy state that they so choose, like Russia. So it is a total joke. So this project is identified as Umbrage. It's maintained a substantial library of Russian cyber attack techniques stolen from malware that was produced in other states, including Russian Federation. It yields a through the looking glass possibility that the Obama administration obtained FISA permission to conduct electronic surveillance of President Trump or on the Russians that they believe to be coordinating with Trump's campaign. This is based on intelligence that the CIA planted to deceive the NSA into thinking that there was actual cause and contact between Russian agents and the Trump campaign, because they can make it originate from anywhere they desire with these projects. So they say here, this is Jerome Corsi's article. He says possibly what the CIA was monitoring wasn't actual contacts between Russian agents and the Trump campaign, but CIA-created counter-espionage designed to implicate Trump and provide the legal context for the DOJ to have enough evidence to obtain a FISA green light. This is a startling revelations here. We're going to have actually more on this. We'll do a roundtable. Owen Schroyer will be in studio. But what we're learning is that this is much bigger. Former NSA whistleblower William Binney is actually saying the spy agencies eavesdrop on Americans without warrants all the time. And it's ridiculous for them to be putting this narrative out there that there's no way that a judge would have ordered this call to wiretap Trump Towers, and that if they did indeed grant permission to surveil Trump Towers, then he must be up to no good. Please, anyone can see right through that. As we know, these intelligence agencies are just so good at following the Constitution, everybody, aren't they? They just want us to believe that they're just the good guys in all of this. So we also know that the CIA can effectively bypass the encryption that's used in secure texting apps that are popular with whistleblowers and journalists. They collect audio and text messages on a targeted phone before they're encrypted for another party. The CIA then can effectively suck up the private data that's sent on Signal, Telegram, WhatsApp, and these other secure apps. And it's a confirmation of a longstanding assumption that intelligence agencies intercepted data after it was transcribed on a keyboard, but before it could be encrypted by software. And also, the CIA created vulnerabilities on affected phones. So these vulnerabilities include zero-day exploits, which are named for the fact that the security holes are exploited before the community is aware of them on day zero. So day one, the CIA is putting these vulnerabilities on affected devices and then just letting them out there to just be set free to the public. Edward Snowden actually tweeted out how completely dangerous and irresponsible this is by the CIA, because as you can see, all of this has now been leaked to Wikileaks and the world. All of this information there. They have such hubris. They truly think that they are impenetrable and nothing can take them down, which is why they are going full speed to take out Donald Trump, because now he's aware of everything that's going on. He already kind of had an idea, but now he has access to all of that information that before he wouldn't have had that access to. So WikiLeaks is also claiming the CIA targeted Samsung TVs. They turned them into microphones in their global hacking program. It claims Weeping Angel was developed by the CIA's Embedded Devices branch. It infests smart TVs and transforms them into covert microphones. So what they do, Weeping Angel places the target TV in a fake off mode so that the owner falsely believes the TV is off when it is actually on. And in fake off mode, the TV operates as a bug, recording conversations in the room and then sending them over the internet to a covert CIA server. According to Judge Andrew Napolitano, the intelligence community is absolutely petrified of a congressional investigation into these claims that Barack Obama spied on Donald Trump because it's going to expose the fact that every single American is under mass surveillance and that our conversations are all being digitally recorded by the NSA. And Napolitano points out that Obama would not have needed FISA court approval to conduct surveillance of Trump, that he could have simply ordered his attorney general to set it in motion. Sure, it's immoral and unconstitutional, but such power has resided in the hands of the president since Jimmy Carter. And like I mentioned earlier, NSA whistleblower William Binney, who is actually the NSA surveillance program architect, told Sean Hannity on Monday that the intelligence community routinely listens in on Americans, all Americans' conversations without court-ordered FISA warrants. And, he has come on the Alex Jones show saying this as well. It's all done without warrants. That was testified to by Adrian Kinney and David Murphy Falk. They were transcribing at Fort Gordon, George, and they were transcribing conversations between U.S. citizens with no warrant at all. But you know what? Former CIA Director Michael Hayden wants you to think, no, we wouldn't do that. We're the good guys here. Now, stick around because we're going to have more. Owen Schroyer will be talking in the roundtable. We're going to also talk about what does this mean for Michael Hastings' mysterious death.
In case you haven't heard, Infowars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. Infowars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of the Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the Infowars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. Infowars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the Infowars store that are only available for Infowars Prime subscribers. That's Infowars Prime at Infowars.com/app. And if you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.